Welcome to fall, beautiful biscuits. We're going to take this autumn to be less stressed, less anxious, and less worried about the would-be, could-be future, and more invested in creating the magic of our everyday life, the magic in the mundane. It's part of such a big part of Patreon for us on self-care is that it's kind of the holistic fun approach, right? Is you can be goofy, you can be silly and playful and naughty, but you're also encompassing all these little mundane parts of your life with self-care that make it amazing and joyful. So this autumn, I know that as autumn really gets deep in and then it starts turning to winter, as the days shorten, that's already happening, my anxiety just naturally starts to peak up. I'm aware of it every year, and so I am trying to think of ways to help shift that anxious energy. And I think it's easy to feel that anxious energy even if you don't have like seasonal anxiety things. Just the way the world is right now, right? It can be very upsetting and unsettling for so many of us, right? So instead of worst case scenarios, and some of the best advice I've heard about anxiety is that anxiety is really rooted in looking forwards in worst case scenarios. If you're really present in the moment and just experiencing things, it's way harder to let that anxious energy take over everything you're doing, right? So this fall, I'm really working on being in the moment. I'm having a hugely busy fall. We're moving. I am filming another section of the series of the romance novels. I am getting some business endeavors moved around and worked on, and it is one of those seasons that has been so busy just so far. I mean, fall is like just starting, and it has been so busy in a way that doesn't necessarily lend itself to good, gentle self-care, right? That helps my anxiety. So what I'm doing is I'm really focusing, the beginning of every week, I look at my week, I look at things that have to be done, and I put aside the things that can wait, and then I think about ways to have fun. And this has been so important. In fact, the kids and I have signed a contract. My son drew it, right? He drew a little image of us having fun, and we all signed it, including the baby. And it's our agreement that we're going to focus on fun this fall. That's something we really want to do. That we have just had such a busy season of a year. This year has been, I would say, too busy. Like the point of busy where you aren't enjoying life. And so our goal really is to get out of that anxiety spiral of what could happen in the future, what should happen in the future, and get back into a joyful way to live in the moment. And that is one of the best ways to lower anxiety. And to also help you if you are in like a panic attack kind of spiral and you just want to sit and breathe. In fact, let's sit and breathe for a second. Don't let your mind drift off to things in the future or things in the past. Just enjoy the moment. Because if you are having spirals of anxiety, if you are dipping into panic attacks, one of the most powerful things you can do is to focus on the now, and focus on the now in a really positive way. Are you having fun? And I don't mean that just in playful ways, although I love playful fun, but also, are you enjoying the moments, the mundane moments of your life, right? Where's the magic in that? And if you aren't, reframe your focus to where you can be. And I think that makes such a big difference for anxiety. Sounds like a small task, like one little idea, but when you really explode that all over your life and you really allow it to sink in, that idea, into your subconscious, man, you are rewiring your neurons. It is incredible how powerful small little things are that you hear and you're like, oh, maybe I'll try it. Maybe, I'll reframe it. Who wants that? It really does actually make a difference. And I think it's so worthwhile to try this autumn when, there's a lot that can give you a lot of anxiety. And I think it's totally normal to be anxious, but we get to decide how we're processing those feelings and what lens we're looking at our lives through to help make us less anxious, less frightened, less on a hair trigger for that fight or flight response that anxiety so frequently triggers. Okay, biscuits. I'll see you over on Instagram. I'll see you over on my Patreon page. Until the next one, take it easy.